That's right. It is the immortal Count himself, Mathieu Saint Germain.
Thanks, Jason. Hi, all. Happy Friday. I have another great story from my friends, the Beard Brothers, Bill and Jeff. This is about the psychedelic industry opening up in multiple states across the country. It looks like psychedelics might even leapfrog over cannabis in their acceptance here. So, the psychedelics industry is quickly gaining momentum across the U.S. as lawmakers work to further reform and further reform the development of the industry through the introduction of relevant bills and votes in 4 additional states. These include Utah, Iowa, New Hampshire, and Missouri. The industry has steadily been growing and gaining more interest in recent months, calling for more significant action and federal reform. This increase in activity across several states can be attributed to 2 main factors. In the first case, there has been an increasing curiosity surrounding newer and varied forms of therapeutic treatments. For instance, the use of entheogenic substances such as psilocybin. Secondly, many are calling for decriminalization when it comes to the possession of natural plants and fungi. Here are the recent developments taking place for each of these states. First and foremost, Utah. The Democratic minority leader in the Senate, Luz Escamilla, put measures in place to legalize the use of psilocybin therapy for adults. All patients 21 years and over would be able to receive treatment with psilocybin in a clinical setting to treat several illnesses, including depression, PTSD, and treatment-resistant anxiety. It will also be made available for those in hospice care. In Iowa, Representative Jeff Shipley is working to bring back a bill that will remove the psychedelic psilocybin and psilocin from the list of controlled substances established by the state and have them legalized. Though he raised this matter 2 years prior, in 2021 the bill did not advance. Nevertheless, it has contributed to the discourse on the decriminalization of psychedelics. In New Hampshire, a House committee did not support a bill intended to have the psychedelic DMT removed from the state's list of controlled substances, and another to have the Controlled Drug Act revoked, altogether in a 14-6 and 17-3 vote, respectively. Though the legislation will advance to the floor as stipulated in the state's rules, this current move makes it unlikely that it will be enacted. On a brighter note, and in a separate instance, Representative Kevin Verville filed a bill in January to have the possession and use of psychedelics legalized by adults 21 years and older in New Hampshire. This bill would also allow for reduced penalties for the possession and manufacturing of LSD by those under 21 years old. Lastly, and this blows my mind, in Missouri, earlier this month, Republican Senator Holly Thompson Rader introduced a bill intended to promote research into the therapeutic use of alternative medicine and therapy, such as ketamine and MDMA for treatment of PTSD, depression, hospice care, and more. The legislation proposes that the 3 major organizations carry out the research. The State Department of Health and Senior Services, a Missouri-based hospital operated, as well as a medical center currently run by the USVA. They would be expected to conduct clinical trials to help determine the effectiveness of psychedelics and alternative treatment options and review existing literature on the topics. Subsequently, any reports would be done and submitted by the DHHS. Though not all the news has been promising, there's a lot of positive development in the industry. This is Mathieu Saint Germain for the High at 9 News on Friday, and I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say about this one.